Hello and welcome to T Money Talks. In this week's episode, T Money's going to talk about what they've been up to this week, and maybe they'll talk about communication. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Hello, and welcome back to another T Money Talks episode. This week I have a topic, however, I am not entirely sure if I want to dive into that topic. And since I am unsure of that, I decided to use my dynamic microphone so that I may walk around and talk in case I do build up the courage or the nerve, or if I end up feeling like talking about the topic of how communication is hard for me, because yes, indeed, that is on the list of podcast ideas for T Money Talks, is how communication is hard for me. And since it is hard for me, well, not since it is hard for me, it is to show how hard communication is for me. It's hard for me to even communicate to myself alone on this podcast, even though I know there will be listeners out there, you listening to this, listening to me talk about communication and how it is hard for me. But anyways, yes, that is a topic. Will it be discussed? Will I mention more of it other than this? We don't know. We do not know, folks, because, I just don't know myself, and we're still in a parking war, and our neighbor is parked out front, but nonetheless, tomorrow I will be home all day waiting for them to move cars or come outside so that we may finally talk and discuss what must be discussed. But anyways, enough of that. Back to my communication. Yes, I don't know if I'm going to talk about that. I definitely would like to, because like I said, it is a topic on my podcast ideas list, but I don't know. We shall see. Anyways, as you all know, as I've been talking about from the past few podcast episodes, I have been working on a new song that I am planning to release in October, and I finally have a release date. Yes, and I really want to say the release date here on my podcast, but because I feel like I shouldn't, I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep it to myself, and the few who are helping me work on this will know the release date. But anyways, I just want to say that song I have been working on, that song that was stressing me out. The song that was stressing me out before my humble trip, the song that I had to get finished before the month of August was over, is finally finished. I got the mix and master, I believe, on Friday. Yeah, Friday I got the mix and master for the song that I'm going to release, and let me tell you, I had Gavin do drums and mix and master this song again for me, because he's just done such a phenomenal job on my last two songs that I knew he had to do the drums and mix and master Oranges again, and it's a good deal, so I asked him to do it. After listening to what he did, just the drums alone was enough to elevate the song. It gave it just so much more life. It gave it more of a movie, like as you listen to it, you could almost picture the song in your head, or if you're one of those people, or you could just really just enjoy the song. It's a very feel-good, fun, little jazzy song. Oh my gosh, I almost said what it was about, but you know what? The genre is not. It's fine if I spoil the genre, because let's be honest. Now or Never has been going through a bit of a jazzy era these past few releases. Cliche, very bossa nova vibes. Train stuff, more beach jazz vibes. Then this next song, it's not heavily in the jazz influence as much as train stuff and cliche, but it definitely does have jazz vibes and jazz feels. Jazz feels? What? No, just jazz vibes, and it feels very jazzy. It's just very fun. It's a very fun song, and I just cannot wait to announce it. And it is done. The mix and master. Yes, sorry, I'm on a tangent. I am tired. T-Money is also tired, but let me finish this before I continue with that. After listening to the mix and master that I received, I was blown away because when he sent me the drums, what he had done for the drums, I absolutely fell in love with the drums. Like, it really made me rethink everything about the song, and it just made the song so much better. And I just had no idea that this song could have gotten with those drums is what, oh my gosh, I didn't know that the drums that Gavin made for the song was the drums that it needed. Oh, that's anyway, sorry. I didn't my incense fell on my desk and I thought it was a bug. I was gonna freak out for a second. But anyways, the drums that Gavin did for this song just really it just really like blew my mind, because I was like, whoa, that's not at all what I was thinking, but that is so much better than what I was thinking. So bless you for being as talented as you are. And because he had already started mixing the song, he sent that as well. And at first it was hard for me to be like, I don't know how I feel about the vocals. I was gonna like send him right away. I was gonna send him some like, oh, I want you to change the vocals. I want you to rip the auto tune, or all this. I was like, you've done this, and it's like, I don't like that. But then I was like, no, let me take a step back. So I took a step back. I took a breath, and I was like, let's just listen to it again and see if what I'm hearing is real or if it's just strange to hear the song in a new way. Because I've been used to hearing this song in a particular way, since it is something I am re-recording, So it's like I guess the idea of the song changing was hard for me to like accept, because I did listen to the song for almost an hour before deciding like, yeah, no, I want him to change some stuff. And then I was like, you know what? No, let me wait to talk to Jer. And after Jer wakes up, I'll show him the song and see if he agrees with my thoughts. And after showing Jer the song, he did not agree with my thoughts. And I was like, what? You don't think I'm right? You don't think? And then he's like, no, I don't think you're not right, because he did understand what I was hearing, but he was like, he took my mind and brought it to a different perspective. He allowed me to step outside of my box and hear the song from a new perspective, from a new point of view. And I was like, oh no, he did not like screw me on the vocals. He did me even better. Like, I sound so much better. Not even in a like, oh, that's not you way. I don't know how he just really cleaned up my vocals, and I just really love what the man did, because everything he did drum wise, mix and master wise, just completely elevated the song. And I am just so excited for this song to be announced, for the things that are to come with this song. And the promo videos, I still have to think of some good ones, because I have something good awaiting. I have something good in my back pocket for this song, and I really want to. My goal for this release is to have good promotional videos for it. Normally I'm all about like, hey, you should promote, or not, hey, you should promote, hey, you should pre-save my new songs coming out this, and I'm just like, here's why. Now I've been watching a lot of promo videos on TikTok of bands promoting their songs through like skits and stuff like that, and I'm like, I want to get creative like that with this song. And because the song's going to have a music video, and the music video is already going to be very creative, I want to use one of the things that I made for this video. I want to use that prop to help promote the song. I want to help use that to make promo videos for either pre-saving or for just streaming, or for both in general, because this song is too good. I have released two amazing songs, and this third one just really needs to help get more stamina for my music, and I just really need to get more traction. And I know if I have some good promo videos, some good skits, some good ways to really hook a viewer and getting them interested in this really good banger of a song, I know it could be a hit. Just like my last song, just like Cliche, which is rising every day. It is at it's over 7,000 streams on Spotify. It is insane to know that Cliche is going to be my first song that hits 10,000 streams on Spotify. I am going to probably cry when Cliche hits 10,000 streams. I'm going to be so grateful, so thankful for everything, and it's just going to be like all that hard work, it's paying off. Cliche is a bop. People in Italy, Spain, everywhere, like all the Spanish vibing countries, they are in love with Cliche. Brazil, I love it. I love to see it. I love to see Cliches, the numbers rise every day. I hope to see the same with Train Stuff here pretty soon, and with this next song, I know it's gonna be a hit as well, because it's just so fun, it's so catchy, it's just so vibey. It makes you want to dance just like Cliche, and those are the best kind of songs. The songs that make you want to get up and groove are the ones that are gonna be the hit. But yeah, that was the highlight of the week, was sending that off to get the drums and mix and mastered. I got that done. Oh, my mom is also COVID free. Hooray, hooray. She is COVID for her lasted a week, which was nice because she was going insane in her room. And I understand because, I was locked up in a room for a month as well because of my accident. But it is what it is. It is rough times. It is hard times, but she is COVID free and she has been out of her room ever since. It's been good times. And yesterday, on Saturday, I hung out with a friend that I have known since middle school, since we were kids. He invited me to a concert with his parents at a casino, and it was a lot of fun. The concert was good. Then we had dinner, and then his mom gambled, and I watched him gamble for a bit, and then we kind of just hung out, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself because it felt good to get out of the house, to get out of my room, to just be somewhere that wasn't the same place I wake up to every day. It wasn't the same routine, so it just felt good being somewhere that wasn't my room. And so I really enjoyed myself. However, though, I did not get back till basically 2 a.m. and then I didn't sleep till 3 a.m. because it always takes me at least an entire hour to sleep. It takes me a full hour before I could fall asleep, and it's terrible and it sucks, but it is what it is. I live with it, I deal with it, and yeah, that's just the way it is. Things will never be I don't know. I can't remember how the song goes. Anyways, I'm just stalling because I do want to talk about how communication is hard for me. But at the same time, I'm like, do I want to talk about that? Because it is hard for me to talk about. Because every time I have to communicate to anyone, whether it be like a teacher or a manager or just like a friend or just anyone, it's hard to express how I may be feeling or what I'm thinking. And that's something I'm definitely working on, because hello, that's the whole point of this podcast, It's T Money Talks, is I'm T Money, hello, and I am talking so I could better learn to I don't want to say communicate, I just want to better learn how to talk, better learn how to just verbally express myself, whether it be, and it is pretty much to myself, because it's pretty scary to open up to other people, and I know it's always easier. Oh, I think I heard a car moving, sorry, 1 second. And okay, sorry, we're car wars. So I'm just looking out. Anyways, but yeah, so it's definitely always easier to open up to a stranger, to open up to someone you don't know, hence why therapy exists, and that's why people go to therapy, so they can better learn to communicate their feelings and emotions. However, though, I I'm doing T Money Talks, anyways. However, though, yeah, you could also do other things if you cannot afford therapy. Hence why I am talking to myself on the, but also, I don't want to say this podcast is like meant for it to help me communicate my feelings. It is just this podcast is mostly to help me communicate and express myself to myself. Because after all, if you can't talk to yourself, well, I don't want to advise. I don't want to advise talking to yourself, but I do want to say, like, if you can't in your own head open up to your own self and like say what's going on or like what you're actually feeling on the inside, then I feel like you should work on that. I feel like that's something to be looked deeper into. And so, here I am trying to express what I think within, because I do have thoughts and feelings and emotions and stuff I would like to say. However, it is just hard for me to express and say the things that I want to say. Probably because my childhood, sorry, typical therapy, but anyways, that's aside from the point. The point is that yes, I am working on it and it is hard. It is hard. And I just want to say that if you too are working on trying to better communicate and express your feelings, I want to say I'm sorry. I'm tired. I want to say congratulations to you. I want to say you are doing great at trying to express your feelings, because expressing your emotions, if you are not taught how to, is very hard to learn, especially if you are an adult or even if you're a teenager. It doesn't matter what age you are, it's hard to learn. Okay, especially if you're doing it on your own. And if you're doing it on your own, or not even on your own, if you're doing it with others, even if you're doing it with help, it's hard. Learning to express and communicate is hard, no matter what route or way you choose to learn how to do it. It is hard. And so I just want to say congratulations to you for learning and willing to learn and putting in the effort and time and all the energy that it takes, because it is not easy. And I know I have a whole lot of difficulties with expressing myself at times. I know that I am trying my best, and although sometimes my best isn't always my very best and I could be better, I'm learning to try to remember that being able to express how I'm feeling on the inside is not going to take a lot of time. Well, it's just hard to say, but the only way to be able to do it is by actually doing it. And I think I don't think I would ever do something like it, talk about it on my podcast, but I do tend to talk about it with myself, it's often out loud in my room to myself. I talk about situations and how I feel and how I might express those feelings to the person or whatever the situation is. And I find that to be helpful, because it's like I take some of the anxiety away from the conversation, because I don't want to say I've rehearsed the conversation, because that's not at all what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be like, I'm going to script write how my emotions, and then I'm going to tell them what I'm feeling, and then they're going to know exactly how I feel every time I feel something. And it's like, no, that's not what I'm doing. I'm practicing how I want to express how I'm feeling, so that when I finally do tell them, because I know no matter what, I'm always going to get nervous, and I'm probably going to always express myself incorrectly until I know how to do it properly, until I don't get so nervous that I forget my words. But practicing what I'm going to say does help me a lot, because I could think back to the conversations I had with myself about what I was wanting to say, how I was wanting to express myself, and I usually end up always using a bit of all the conversations that I had about the topic or the situation when I go to express myself, because that's the easiest thing I can do when I'm in a bit of a panic, because I'm very nervous and full of anxiety, because I am telling someone I'm being vulnerable with someone and I'm expressing to someone how I feel or something they've done, and and that's just really hard, and it gets, even just mentioning it now gives me a little bit of anxiety, because it's just like opening up is hard. Opening up is really hard, and it kind of takes a lot of trust, which, ha 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 ha, funny enough, is a topic that is going to be hopefully a future episode for Tea Money Talks on this season. Hopefully, I say, because I have a friend who wants to guest star, and we talk about the topic of trust issues and all of that stuff. So I won't get too far deep into that. But yeah, I just want to say that communication is really hard for me, but it is definitely something that I am working on. And through Tea Money Talks, it has allowed me to not just better express my emotions, but just have better conversations in general. Because before, I used to always get really bad anxiety talking to people who were older than me, because I'm just like, I get freak out, like, oh, I gotta be presentable, I gotta act like a certain way. And in doing Tea Money Talks, it has allowed me to talk like myself, so that when I do talk to people when I do go out and interact in the world, I interact as myself. I don't interact as like, oh, I'm trying to put on a show for someone, or I'm trying to act a certain way. It's like, no, I just need to be comfortable with having a conversation normally without feeling like I have to act or do or say certain things, I mean, of course, there are your like basic, like, communicate, your basic lines that you say in everyday interactions with people, that are those things. But aside from that, Tea Money Talks has just really helped me to be able to talk. And it feels good to know that I can hold conversations better with people, because I know sometimes I would get so nervous that I would stutter or I would lose my words, and it was very embarrassing for me, and it always made me never want to be alone with people. And so because of that, I was like, what, if I do a podcast and I just talk, even when I talk about things that are hard for me, even if I do it in an accent like this, I'm still saying those things, and that helps me, so that when I'm in just a regular normal conversation with other people in the outside world, I don't have to get so nervous that I'm like gonna lose my bloody mind, I'm not gonna lose my bloody brains, because it's like Tea Money Talks is the way I get to talk to myself and express myself. It's my way of communication. It's my way of helping other people while helping myself, most importantly, because after all, I want to better myself, better my mind, better my spirit, better my soul, better everything that comes along with this journey that we call life, And so I just think that's all I have to say about how communication is hard for me, because I don't know if I have anything more to say other than everything that I have already said, because it pretty much expresses how I feel about communication and how communicating is hard for me. And although it is definitely something I am still practicing and learning to better every day, and I know I have setbacks, but I look at those setbacks and I talk to myself, and I'm like, why do I still behave in certain ways? Why can't I move past a certain point, And I'm still dissecting, I'm still working, I'm still learning, and I know eventually I am going to get past that point of me making the same mistake of me not being able to express myself because I'm so upset. It's like, no, you already upset me, and now I can't tell you what I was going to say, even though I was prepared to tell you what I was going to say. It's like, I gotta learn to get past that. And once I learn to get past that, I will be unstoppable. I will rule the world. But until then, I'm just out here making jams. I am making beautiful music, because that is what I do. And I truly can't wait to announce announce this song that I have been working on, and I have to think, I do have to start thinking about promotional videos for it, because I know the only way the song is going to go viral is if I do some really good promotional stuff for it, and I have the equipment and the ability to do that, so it's about time I put my feet, my big boy boots on and my big girl pants and get to work and start planning things and start filming and just start preparing, because I know what I want. I know I can achieve what I want, and I know I will get to where what I want. And that is what I have been doing. Yeah, that's just what I've been doing this week. I don't know where I was going. I think I was just rambling, but anyways, yeah, I'm done rambling. That's my goal. That's the topic of how communication is hard for me. Hopefully, we will have another podcast with the guest star soon. However, how soon that will happen, I am not sure. Honestly, I am not sure, but we will see. Hopefully soon. But I guess I really don't want to end it, because I'm not going to say how early we're in it, but it's just like, I don't want to end the podcast, because I feel like you guys deserve a full 30-minute podcast episode. But at the same time, it's like, do I want to give you anything less than 110%? Because right now I'm starting to pull down to like 100%, because I am tired. And although it is not late at night, I do still have to do some things. And it's like, well, I have said everything I have to say. I've said what I've done. I've said basically the important stuff about my week, because let's be honest, there hasn't been a whole lot. I haven't done a whole lot this week other than send off my song to get mixed and mastered. And the only topic was how communication is hard for me. And I talked a bit about that. So I would say everything is talked about. I could check this off my topic list for podcast ideas. And I got to start thinking of more podcast ideas too, as well. I got to think of new things to try, or I just got to get the urge to paint something, so I can have a good podcast episode for you guys again. Or if not, maybe I'll just do a filler episode again soon. It is a new month, and honestly, that'll be a bit lame, but honestly, I'm feeling in a bit of a funk lately, so maybe this funk is making me not as creative, and so I got to find the creative juice again. I got to get the sparks flowing, even if I'm gonna have to kind of sit down and force it a little bit. It's gonna get done. I got work to do, and I think I would call it and say that I am done. This was a good podcast episode. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I know I did. I hope I didn't freak you out too much. I hope this was fun. I hope you laughed a little bit. I hope this helped brighten your day. I hope you come back next week. I hope that I didn't scare you off too hard, and that you stay returning, because I am always grateful for my listeners, for those who return, and for those who continue to listen and stream T Money Talks wherever you do. I am very, very grateful that you decide, and even if it's you just decided to check it out, thank you for checking it out. That means a lot to me too. Any type of stream is a good stream for me. It's a thank you very much for me, I will say that. But anyways, yeah, I think I am ready to wrap this up. So until next time, guys, this is T Money saying live your life, because you are the only one who gets it. All right, bye.